8:50 here in the Breakfast Club. Bryan Angus along with Billy Hayes. Joined right now, we're delighted to say, by Sam Mitchell. We've been talking about Sam for the last couple of days. We had some technical difficulties yesterday. We couldn't get it done, but we're joined now from Sam. Are you in Atlanta?
Yes, I am doing NBA TV last night and tonight. So some interesting games last night. So just watching the games, giving my great analyst job that I have at NBA TV, so just watching games and giving my perspective on.
Yeah, but Sam, you're a coach. You don't really want to do the TV gig and be kind of like us. Don't you want to get back on the bench?
Well, in some regards I do, but in some regards somebody needs to step in and teach you guys how to do this a little bit better and give some.
Well, we're happy to take your advice if we can just wake you up in time.
Look, dude, when you work at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning doing TV and radio, your mornings are your nights, and your afternoons are your mornings.
Boy, I heard this for about all the years you were here in Toronto. I used to have to wake you up for the show. It was never a pretty job that I had in my hands, and I see things haven't changed. Listen, big news here in Toronto this morning is that your former team, the Raps, are in conversation with the Grizzlies to try and bring
Rudy Gay.
Rudy Gay here. The talk is Jose Calderon's name comes up for the gazillionth time as part of that deal. What would he bring to this Raptor team?
Well, he's a legit small forward. I mean, he's athletic, he's long, he's probably one of the most athletic small forwards in all the NBA. I would put him in the same category as for athleticism with Kevin Durant. But, I mean, Rudy Gay is, his game has gotten better every year. He's capable of being a 20-point guy with 6-7 rebounds, 4 power assists. So he has the capabilities to be an all-star type player. He has all-star type talent. The question is, will he ever get to that level? I know right now he's 18 points a game, and that's good in a lot of people's eyes, but it's not good enough when you have Rudy Gay type talent. But obviously it would be an upgrade for the Toronto Raptors. The bigger question for me is, why does Memphis want to trade him?
Well, is it about the money? There's new ownership there. Are they afraid of having to pay, was it $50 million left on 3 years?
$37 million
on
over
2
years.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like that big a ticket.
No, it doesn't. And also they just made a trade where they decimated their bench.
Right.
Get up under the luxury tax. So, after they made that deal, everybody thought all was good in Memphis land. But apparently, you have to be careful when teams are offering players like this. That it has to be a clear-cut reason that the salary is they feel like it's going to cripple them, because nobody's in the business of giving you a better player than what they're going to receive back and making you a better team. That's just not how it works. There are trades that are done that are equal to both teams. They get something they want. But for the most part, you're trying to get something that the other teams don't have. And teams just don't give away talent. So it's interesting. I would like to be in that room and know why Memphis I want to trade Rudy Gay.
Ed Davis, I think, is the guy that they're looking at, so the rumors say, and they're trying to find a third team to take Jose's expiring contract. That's a surprise too, because I would think that that has enough value that Memphis would want to keep it.
Well, you would think that, but when you have a lot invested in your starting point guard, it might come. The problem is that you cannot invest too much money in one position, especially at the point guard position when you have so many other needs on your basketball team.
Right.
You think about the $10 million, they could be spread out amongst a couple of guys, and you can get 2 complementary players that can come off your bench and make the team stronger. So it's just a lot of dynamics that are going on out there right now. And then, like a lot of rumors, very rarely come true. But again, if Toronto can get Rudy Gay on paper, it would be a great deal. The question is, why does Memphis want to trade? I mean, they're a playoff team in the West, and the West is tough. Why do they want to trade?
Sam, when you were coaching the team here, the Golden State Warriors weren't a great team down there. They came through here, and we had a good chance to have a look at them. They went in last night. Klay Thompson scored on a great buzzer beater right at the end of the game to beat Cleveland. Sorry, he scored 32 points in that game. I'm thinking of someone else at the buzzer beater, but that Golden State team has really improved, and what a marvelous little player they have. I shouldn't say little, in Stephen Curry.
Yes, Steph Curry is a great shooter, man. He's probably one of the premier shooters in all the NBA. People knew that when he came out of the college draft. That's why people were shocked that so many teams passed on it. But You know, you look at that Golden State team now. They got Andrew Bogut back, and I did the game last night against Cleveland. Klay Thompson scoring 32 points. You know, without Steph Curry even in the lineup. And you look at that Cleveland team. No Steph Curry, no Andrew Bogut. I mean, the Golden State team. No Steph Curry, no Andrew Bogut, and they still go out and beat a hungry Cleveland team that had won 3 in a row on the road. And the thing I do like about Golden State is when they get that piece that's healthy, when they get Bogut in shape, when Steph Curry can get his ankle issues worked out, and with Klay Thompson and all the rest of those guys, they really feel like that they can win the Western Conference, and they have the talent to do it. You know, and I didn't even mention their newly crowned All-Star, David Lee.
Yeah. Yeah, he played well. The story I have to ask you about, if there's been one thing that everyone's been talking about this season so far, it's the Lakers and how poorly they've played. But they won their 3rd straight last night. Do you think they're starting to turn things around?
Well, I think so from the standpoint that they have a formula on offense that's working for them. You know, put the ball in Kobe's hand and let him be the facilitator, let him be the guy that get everyone involved, let Steve Nash be the finisher as far as shooting the wide open threes and mid-range shots. And then one other thing, when Kobe does find Steve Nash out there, then Steve Nash, when he puts the ball on the floor, you have another guy that can create a shot, only not for himself, but for someone else. So I think they've found something that they're comfortable with. You know, it's not about finding the right. There's no such thing as this is the right play. The thing is finding a system and a flow that the players like and that they have confidence in. And right now, these past 3 games, the Lakers have found that. Now, the test starts tonight. They got 6 or 7 games coming up on a long road trip. If they can win, go forward, I think they got 7 games. If they can go 5-2, 6-1 on this road trip, then you know they're back.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. We're running out of time here, and I look forward to talking to you again. I haven't even touched base yet with the LA Clippers or the Thunder and what stories there are there. But I will say this to you: you may have heard it last night when you were signing off, but Allen Iverson's name keeps on coming up. I can't believe it. He still says he remains hopeful of getting a final shot in the NBA. He's passing on a chance to play in the NBA Development League. He's offering that chance to play in the Dallas Mavericks D-League affiliate to join the Texas Legends. Do you think we'll ever see this guy back in the NBA again?
I don't know, man. It's sad because
it is sad, isn't it?
Still wants to play because he didn't get all the basketball out of him. I do kind of agree with him from the standpoint that if a team is interested in Allen Iverson, they should bring him in for a private workout and see what he can do. I mean, for Allen Iverson, stature that he has, then he's probably going to be a Hall of Famer. To go play in the D-League, and not nothing against the D-League, but it is Allen Iverson. And I think he's earned, I think he's earned enough respect to where he could do a private workout instead of going to play in the D-League.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Do you think he could come back? I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but do you think he could still play?
37 now, hasn't played since 2009.
Well, I put it like this. There's a lot of guys sitting on the end of any team benches. Allen Iverson is better than at 37 and hadn't played in a couple of years, and guys that don't even get to play. So he'd be worth a look. You know, he'd be worth, to take a flyer on as far as a workout, and then it's up down now.
What's even more mind-boggling for me, Sam, is that a guy of his age and his stature has to go to places like Turkey and everywhere else to play, and I'm assuming he's playing because it's not just because he wants to play, but because he has to play. And for a guy to have made as much money as he has, to still need to go out there and play to get some income coming in is just very sad.
Well, Bryan, I don't think it's necessarily all about the money for Allen Iverson. I just think, for me, this is the difference between myself and Allen Iverson, other than a lot of talent. I played until I was 39 years old. I played until I had my feel of the NBA to where I just mentally didn't want to play anymore. Allen Iverson didn't get that opportunity. Now, is it Allen Iverson's fault he didn't get that opportunity? Absolutely. But that's the thing. When guys don't play until they're mentally done, then they always have that something inside them to want to keep giving them another chance.
Sam, thanks so much for this. I'll talk to you, touch base soon, and we really appreciate it when you get a chance to come on.
Bye, Bryan.
All right, bye for now. There he is, Sam Mitchell, 859.
So he does exist.
He does exist. You know what, my friend, we'll talk about it maybe tomorrow. Sad to see guys when they're past their prime still having to hang around. And Muhammad Ali comes to my mind right away. when he was well past his day and he was in fighting against guys like Leon Spinks who couldn't do up his shoelaces. And
yep, we got to go.
See you tomorrow, 7 o'clock till 9 on the Breakfast Club. Bryan, Angus, Billy Hayes. Don't forget, get out there, get some exercise. You never appreciate your health until you lose it. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 7. Tony House is coming up.